52 practical answers to your questions. I'm Erin Wolfram. I own and operate Career Advantage and Career Advantage Golf, where I help professionals feel more confident and prepared throughout their job search by helping with resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn profiles, mock interviews, things like that. So really just anything job search related. But each week in this podcast, I answer one question from the public. And this week's question is, how do I move forward after not being selected for a promotion within my company? And that can be a very difficult situation. It can be very frustrating, and you may want to, just be really upset about that. And, that's okay to do that internally. But really what you want to do is try to remain as positive as possible, because if you are really negative and you're taking that out on others within the organization, that certainly is not going to bode well for you. So, of course, although it may be difficult to do, I would certainly congratulate the person who did receive the promotion over you, and think about that person's qualities. Think about that person's experiences, qualifications, skills, strengths, things like that. And that may help you better understand, yourself, maybe why that person was selected over you. It might make you think of some things that you could do within your own experiences to gain more qualifications that could make you more competitive the next time a similar opportunity arises. But one thing, if you are comfortable with it, and I would highly recommend this, is talk to the main hiring manager and or your supervisor and get some feedback on why maybe you weren't selected for that position. And that will show a lot of integrity. It will show that you are really invested in personal and professional growth. And it will also demonstrate that you are looking at this as positively as possible, and you are trying to grow and progress from a situation that is rather upsetting to you. And like I said, you could go in the complete opposite direction and be really negative, but that certainly isn't going to help you. So I think just really having a conversation with your supervisor or the hiring manager to get that feedback could be very valuable. And you can, reiterate how interested you were in the position and talk to them about ways that you can either get more involved within the organization or, take on some new responsibilities within your role, or maybe even, further assist the person who was selected for that position. So again, you could be more competitive if a similar position is available in the future. The other thing that you might want to think about is, do you want to stay within this organization? If you really feel that you were the best candidate and that you were highly qualified, it might be a good time to evaluate your current situation and figure out what you want your next step to be professionally. And, maybe that is staying within the company and just continuing with your current job and doing the best that you possibly can, putting your best foot forward, which of course I recommend no matter what you decide, for as long as you're within that company, because, ultimately you always want to represent yourself positively, and you also want to have strong references if you do decide to leave. So, continuing to move forward in your current position as long as possible or as long as needed is always recommended. But, maybe you decide that now is a good time to explore other opportunities. And if that's the case, I recommend, being honest with your supervisor and letting them know that you do think that it is time for you to start looking for new positions. And, being honest with them, I feel like is going to be much better than conducting a job search secretly without communicating with them, because people, although they may be disappointed and upset that you are wanting to leave, ultimately the hope is that they would appreciate that knowledge in advance so they can kind of start preparing if you do find a new opportunity. If you have that conversation with your supervisor, which again, I recommend that you do, be completely honest and upfront, letting them know why you're looking for new opportunities. Tell them that you are still committed to your current position and current organization and are going to continue to do a great job. But at the same time, you are just ready to continue your professional growth and, will be applying for new positions. If you feel that your supervisor would be a valuable reference for you, which hopefully you will, that is a great time to ask that person to serve as a reference for you, so you can submit their name when you apply, and then hopefully as you start to receive callbacks and interviews, then they will get a call and will be able to speak speak and say really great things about you to help you get that next position, whatever it may be. So just to kind of reiterate, I would say the best thing that you can do in a situation when you are not given a promotion that you are really excited about is to just try to remain as positive as you can within your organization. Continue to work as hard as you can and demonstrate your value and evaluate your situation and decide if you want to stay within the organization where you currently work or explore new opportunities. So those are my main tips, and if you have any other questions regarding any job search skills or career development, you can always reach out to me. My websites are careeradvantageresumes.com or careeradvantagegolf.com. I'm also on social media at Career Advantage Resumes, and that would be on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And on Twitter, I'm at Advantage Career. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next week.